Are you looking for the best wireless surround sound systems? In this video we will look at some of the best wireless surround sound systems on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Nakamichi Shockwafe Ultra 9.2.4 eARC SSE Max. Even before a March 2022 update, the original award-winning Nakamichi Shockwafe Ultra 9.2.4 wireless surround sound system, which is still available, would have made this roundup list for its immersive, realistic sound, clarity of audio, and massive bass rumble from its twin 10-inch powered subwoofers. Customers and critics alike have showered it with adoration since 2017. But the new Shockwafe Ultra 9.2.4 eARC SSE Max system goes further in nearly every conceivable way with hardware and software upgrades. It now has HDMI 2.1 connections with eARC to the TV to enable the highest quality lossless audio, 4K HDR and Dolby Vision video, and features like variable refresh rate, VR, for next-gen gaming consoles. It also has Bluetooth 5.0 with Qualcomm aptX HD rare for a soundbar system, and that lets you stream Bluetooth audio at up to 24-bit digital quality. The SSE Max designation refers to Nakamichi's new technology, currently exclusive to this system, for creating realistic 360-degree immersive audio in a home theater. It's the combination of Shockwave's three spatial surround elevation audio processing engines for enhancing the sense of spaciousness to the soundstage, balancing the surround sound mix across all the speakers, and creating audio height effects for object-oriented formats like Dolby Atmos and DTS-X. Upgraded hardware includes redesigned extended-range twin-cone drivers in the soundbar, new high-output amplifiers and upgraded drivers in the subwoofers, and second-generation two-way quad modular surround speakers with new silk dome tweeters and extended-range twin-cone drivers. A new matte black finish and second-gen backlit remote round out the updates, which Nakamichi based on customer surveys, beta tests, and customer review feedback. The $1,899 MSRP Shockwafe Ultra 9.2.4 eARC SSE Max requires a lot of space, power outlets, and experimentation to find the right setup for the four surround speakers, but it rewards your effort with a powerful and lifelike cocoon of sound. For those with $3,999 set aside for home theater, Nakamichi now has an even more intense, more expensive Ultra flagship, the 1.4.6, yes, quad sub, Dragon, that you can now buy. At number 2. JBL Bar 1300X. Why it made the cut? JBL cuts all but the power cords with its Bar 1300X audio system, which uses the soundbar to charge detachable battery-powered rear surround speakers that don't even. JBL's Bar 1300X is the company's latest premium modular wireless surround sound system, and its $1,700 price tag is justified by both its audio quality and user-friendliness. Setting up the system took about 5 minutes and 3 cables, 2 power cords for connecting the soundbar and subwoofer to outlets and an HDMI wire running from the Bar 1300X to our TV's HDMI eARC port. The TV immediately recognized the soundbar the next time it was turned on and routed sound through the Bar 1300X. However, depending on the age of your TV and its operating system, you may need to enter your set sound settings to switch from its internal speakers to the soundbar. The Bar 1300X features the same signature configuration as JBL's other soundbar-based sound systems, such as the more compact JBL Bar 700 in the previous flagship, the still available JBL Bar 9.1. The rear wireless surround speakers come physically attached to the main soundbar. This charges their batteries, in addition to giving the 11-driver soundbar a wider stereo soundstage, and is appropriate if you don't have space behind you for satellites. The upward-firing drivers are still active when the surround speakers are attached to the main bar, which can create a more immersive environment even if all components are on your credenza. For a more authentic surround sound experience, however, you'll need to detach the rear speakers and place them physically behind you. Impressively, the Bar 1300X automatically detected when the surround speakers were detached and maintained a wireless connection to them. No special configuration was necessary, nor did we have to press the Bluetooth buttons on the back of our rear surround speakers. The system just adapted and worked. Similarly, the wireless subwoofer and soundbar paired together immediately. We put this soundbar system through its paces by watching an assortment of TV shows, movies, and YouTube videos, and were very pleased with the way it sounded. Among our selections were Rolling Thunder Review, a Bob Dylan story and Creedence Clearwater Revival at the Royal Albert Hall on Netflix in 1971, the year that music changed everything on Apple TV+. The soundtracks to these films also allowed us to assess the Bar 1300X's ability to play music. The sounds of exploding bombs or gunshots never overwhelmed the subwoofer and even sounded clear when coming from the surround speakers. A well-designed center channel driver ensured we could hear dialogue clearly even when a lot of action was going on without having to select a specific voice booster mode. We ultimately preferred keeping the surround speakers connected to the bar when watching videos with a stereo mix as it provided a wider soundstage. When it came to watching TV shows or movies with a Dolby 5.1 or Dolby Atmos soundtrack, we immediately removed the wireless speakers and put them behind us. The Bar 1300X was so good that we could quickly determine whether the person mixing the audio was making adequate use of the rear channels in their mixes. We couldn't find any significant fault in the Bar 1300X's technical or audio quality and find the convenience of this wireless surround sound system irrefutable, but you'll have to pay a high upfront cost to take advantage of it. At number 3. Bluesound PULSE System. If you're willing to piece your purchases together, the Bluesound PULSE by Audiophiles for Audiophiles wireless surround sound system is technologically very versatile and the first multi-room system to support the MQA format that folds and unfolds digital data to stream high-res audio without a ton of bandwidth. With the Soundbar Plus as its centerpiece, shown above, combined with a dual-band Wi-Fi 802.11 AC equipped Pulse Sub Plus and two equally wireless Pulse Flex 2i or Pulse M satellite speakers, the system can expand two-channel stereo content into a spacious soundstage thanks to Bluesound's audiophile-grade drivers, high-performance digital-to-analog converter, and clean, powerful Class D amplification. The 8-speaker forward-facing configuration of a 1-inch tweeter, 2-inch mid-range driver, 4-inch woofer, and 4-inch passive radiator, one set left and one right, is optimized for music streaming thanks to a powerful quad-core ARM processor that handles high-quality audio with blazing speed. The resulting, authoritative sound handles vocals with visceral detail, while the overall tonality is balanced, never artificial. Lows and mids sound warm yet not fuzzy, and the treble is precise without sounding harsh. If you have a wealth of advanced resolution download/personally ripped digital music, Bluesound can be used as a Roon endpoint if you've set up a compatible music server on your local network. Otherwise, you can stream lossless music directly from iOS devices via AirPlay 2 on Wi-Fi and/or higher bitrate, though still lossy transmissions via any device that supports Bluetooth. Compatible Android devices can even connect via aptX HD. If you subscribe to Spotify and/or Tidal, both services have a natively supported Connect service, so the highest quality stream will go directly via Wi-Fi to the Soundbar Plus, bypassing your phone. The BlueOS app consolidates source control, as well as offers some EQ connected to the TV via a single HDMI eARC connection. The dimensionally tall, but aesthetically unobtrusive Bluesound PULSE Soundbar Plus decodes Dolby Atmos material directly but with nuance, although with more subtlety in its height rather than in its width due to the lack of upfiring drivers. It presents music compellingly without any processing, although there are some interesting audio modes and up-mixing options with which to experiment. According to our managing editor, who has experienced a complete Bluesound PULSE setup, adding in a pair of Flex 2i speakers allows sonic textures to be even more open and expressive, most impactful when watching demo-worthy Atmos films like Mad Max, Fury Road and Baby Driver, or while playing a selection of spatial audio from Apple Music on the Apple TV 4K. Music, especially, feels authentic, a well-rounded presentation from a flat facade. The Soundbar Plus with surrounds assures every track scope is fully conveyed without losing anything granular as it unfurls. And if you have high ceilings or a wider, open viewing space, adding in physical surround speakers makes a world of difference when compared to soundbars that use reflections to convey dimensionality. On the other end of the spectrum, the SUB Plus offers versatile, visceral LFE reinforcement, its 8-inch long-throw driver and 150-watt amplifier taking the 70Hz cap of the Soundbar Plus down to 22Hz, capable of laying flat under a sofa or sitting up against a wall. The sealed enclosure is easily integrated physically into any room layout, wall outlet allowing, and digitally via home network and the BlueOS app. As for what the SUB Plus adds sonically, it's tunefulness. It's a subwoofer that's far more about nimble pluck than unchecked pump, though it can reach dynamically deep. The SUB Plus impressed far more with its dexterity. If you value realism as much as rumble, the SUB Plus is another amazing addition to the Bluesound ecosystem. Not watching anything or wanting to restrict your soundtrack to a single room? You can relocate an ultra-compact mono Pulse Flex 2i or even more expressive omni-hybrid stereo Pulse M speaker around your home, or just get extras for other zones. As long as they are all on the same Wi-Fi network, you pass whatever music you're streaming from speaker to speaker if you move to specific areas or have it play simultaneously throughout the house, wherever the action is. At number 4. Enclave CineHome PRO. The YSA, Wireless Speaker and Audio Association, technology may not be a huge buzzword in home audio, but it's worth your attention. It allows the transmission of up to 8 channels of uncompressed 24-bit/96 kHz high-res audio, twice the resolution of CD audio, on wireless frequencies that won't interfere with Bluetooth or your Wi-Fi bandwidth. And the YSA audio is so low latency, 5.2 milliseconds, that it will appear perfectly synced with your TV's picture. The Enclave CineHome PRO 5.1 wireless surround sound system is the first THX-certified YSA system with its level of surround sound support, which includes Dolby Digital Plus, Dolby Digital, DTS Digital Surround, Dolby Pro Logic 2, and may add Dolby Atmos support at a later date through a firmware update. While only a 5.1 system, the CineHome PRO puts out beautiful audio with attention to detail. Each audio channel gets its own speaker unit that can sit horizontally or vertically to save surface area. With 3-way center and front left/right units, and 2-way rear left/right units, the system balances the entire frequency range extraordinarily well. It also gets very loud, but the audio stays clean regardless of the volume level. A helpful control app puts different sound modes at your fingertips, including the excellent whole room stereo mode, which makes the CineHome PRO an impeccable system for music listening on top of its immersive surround sound performance for home theater. At number 5. Klipsch Flexus Core 200 plus Flexus Sub 100 plus Flexus Surround 100 speakers. The Flexus Core 200 is the newest soundbar from Klipsch, and it's quickly become one of the best we've ever tested. At 44 inches wide, you'll need a media center to accommodate the home theater speaker, but not nearly as much space as some of our other picks. And you'll be rewarded handsomely once you hear how music, video games, and movies sound. The Flexus Core 200 has 6 2.25 ceramic drivers, one on the left and one on the right, 2 in the center, and 2 facing upward, plus 2 4-inch subwoofers. We've never heard better bass response or single-point surround sound from another compact soundbar at this price point, or a bit beyond. The low end was shockingly tight when listening to explosions while playing games like The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild on the Nintendo Switch OLED, or titles with bombastic bopping soundtracks like Penny's Big Breakaway. The Flexus Core 200 could recreate the ambience of a theater or hall when watching comedy specials like Neil Brennan's Crazy Good and Dimitri Martin's Dimitri Deconstructed. Even casual YouTube videos sound great, with clear separation between voiceovers and sound effects. This performance is possible because Klipsch partnered with Onkyo when developing the Flexus Core 200. The former designed the enclosure and acoustic components, while the latter was in charge of developing the processor inside. Onkyo has a long history of making AV receivers and amps and has brought that expertise to the table in a big way. It's no surprise that their technology was able to recreate the experience of listening to a more traditional multi-speaker multi-channel setup. On its own, we can recommend Klipsch's Flexus Core 200 as a premium 3.1.2 channel soundbar for anyone who's at least a little surround sound curious. However, we were also able to test it alongside Klipsch's new $299 10-inch Flexus Sub 100 and $249 wireless Flexus Surround 100 speakers. This trio is a grand slam, offering better balanced sound and more immersive audio experiences when listening to Dolby Atmos mixes of albums like the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds and Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, with spatial audio ping-ponging off the ceiling and walls around you. Whether you use it on its own or with Klipsch's optional satellite/sub, we cannot find a major fault with the Flexus Core 200 system. If you have enough space, it's a home theater upgrade you'll deserve.